competitor.
Yeah, she is. Can y'all hear me? I can't hear you, Eric.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Don, you're good. Eric, you having problems again? Oh, he left. He's gonna hop back on.
Recording. Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Wes.
Coach, how you doing?
Well, I'm tired. How about y'all? It's past y'all's bedtime.
I can imagine. I can imagine it's been a long couple of days. I'll just start out. For Ruth, at this point, do you just let her do the last jump and just assume that'll be the one that gets her over the top?
Well, it's for you guys back home, it seems deja vu. Oh, well, this is just Ruth. This is what she does. And I can't disagree with that. But this one was much harder. Very, very tough meet for her. And, part of it, I think, was just the runways. We would have loved to have been able to come here and got on the runways. And for the rings also for our throwers, because they were slick. And then these runways bounce more than ours. And we never got to practice one time. They wouldn't let us in the building. So it took Ruth a little while to figure that out. But I think she had three of the first four jumps were fouls, or something like that. So just really proud of her. But man, she's a competitor. And as you know, you better wake up on that last jump because she's coming after you.
Just the flair for the dramatic.
Really was. I'll tell you, I was concerned about this one. I knew she had one foul that was really big, but it's just a difficult situation with these runways.
Outside of that, what were your general thoughts on how you thought the people who came and performed for you guys did?
Well, on the women's side, I thought we competed really well. I mean, Seasons didn't have her best day, but she couldn't hardly stand up in the ring. And I wish we could have practiced a day or two before, and I think she would have been fine. But Monet, first time she's really got in the war like that and competed. They're jumping 21 mid, and, you're not going to be perfect every time. She had trouble with the runway. Ruth was a little bit off yesterday also on the runway, and jumped good, but just it wasn't her very best. And then she would have had to been on fire, collegiate record beater. And so I'm just really pleased. That top 11 finish for them, it's been a while indoors since we finished that high on the women's side. So really pleased with that. And we get better outside.
I visited with Tacky earlier by phone, him finishing third. He said he kind of went out hard because he didn't want to give a bunch of other guys a chance to be in the race. What'd you kind of think how he executed what y'all had planned tactically?
Yeah, it was so tough. He drew lane 2, so he felt he needed to really get out, and no one would take the lead. So he really took the lead the first about 150 meters and then tried to slow the race down a little bit. I thought tactically he ran pretty well. The problem was it was a real bunched up, bumping. He and the Iowa State kid almost came to blows with elbows there with about 600 at the 600 mark. And then he got bumped again the last 100 from the Miami kid and almost knocked him off the track. And it was just a rough race. It was just, you've seen those indoor meets that everybody was kind of even and they're just rubbing shoulders and knocking each other. You just never could get in a good rhythm. And I think that really hurt him. If he could have got out front and stayed out of trouble a little bit better, I think maybe could have been different.
Jalen with 2 PRs in the jumps. What'd you think of him?
So proud of him, man. We just got him this semester. He's doing season, lifetime bests, and you can't expect any more than that. He's going to be a lot better soon, and he's going to be a lot better outdoors. He's just figuring some things out and being in a new system with us, and then didn't have a fall. He didn't practice with the team there in the fall, so he's got in late, and then we've got him all this spring, and then all next fall. I can't wait to get him in that weight room next fall and have another full year with him. But he's a competitor. He's also doing good things on his last jumps, and just couldn't be prouder. And what a great kid.
Kelly Johnson told me yesterday that if you had told her this time a year ago she'd be first team All-American, she wouldn't have believed it. Another example of someone throwing a lifetime best.
Yeah.
Biggest stage.
Yeah. I mean, these kids came into this meet, so many of ours, and then did better than they've ever done, like you say. And I think, she was so proud. Probably the funniest and the most proudest was her, because I don't know that she expected it, like she told you. And she was just ecstatic being top 8 and being first team All-American and having a lifetime best. Coach Felkins has just done fabulous with her in this short amount of time, and just really proud of her. They're just great human beings too, and all these kids, and so that makes you really happy for them.
On Ruth, what was the celebration like tonight? We saw the celebration after what she did in the Big 12. What was it like up there tonight?
Well, I'm going to let her tell you, because she didn't even know she won. After she jumped that, she didn't realize that she had won it. And so I knew it was. I was down there at the pit, and I knew it was really close. And then when they put it up there 14:27, but they put first, so I realized the A&M girl had a 14:27. But when she put it first, I already knew her second best jump was better, so I figured it out pretty quick. And but Ruth came over just calm and didn't act any emotion at all. And we kept telling her, "Hey, great job, you did it," And so it was funny, but just really glad we got us a national champion. Fixed to hang another banner up there in that indoor facility.
Do when it's tight like that near the end of a competition, do you and what do you and James tell her, or did you think she looked pretty good at that point? You just let her kind of.
Yeah, James talked to her a lot during the competition. She struggled a lot. She'll tell you to try to get her run up right. She was bounding a little bit too much out of the back, and it was making her go up and down. And so, to be honest with you, she went 45 feet, I believe, on one jump off the wrong foot, and that's how hard it was for her. And she may kill me for saying, but she jumped 20 foot something yesterday off the wrong foot in the long jump. She was just struggling to try to get her steps down. And I don't know any human being that can do that, can jump off either foot, and especially as far as she did. But it was just a struggle, but just to stay with it like that. I mean, she's such a competitor, and wow, I'm just so proud of her. Just like I say, there's not a better human being on this earth than her, and such a team person and humble. Like I say, she didn't even act like she knew she won, and they don't make them like that much.
Did you talk to any other coaches in terms of, do you know if any of these other teams were having these same type of issues, kind of adjusting to the track, and how rare is it to have to kind of like go blindly into something like this?
Well, number one, the SEC was almost an all SEC final with a couple of Big 12 kids, and they'd been on that facility 3 or 4 times. They had their conference meet there. The A&M girl had, and they came to the earlier meet, and we tried to come to one meet, but they didn't let us come. And so, we really wanted to get our throwers and our jumpers. The track's not quite as important, but those field events and those runways, and I've been here a bunch of times, and I've had kids have a lot of trouble on the runways. And so it's just different than ours. Ours is a little bit faster, I think, but this is Mondo and ours is Bynum. Surfaces are different. It's an elevated runway. It's unreal that you never have an opportunity to get on the runway. I've never been to a meet in 37 years. You're asking that question, how unusual? Well, this is the first. So to be able to adjust and these kids to adapt, it's pretty remarkable.
Coach, obviously, you'll probably take some time, or maybe you won't take some time to kind of, that outdoor season pretty quickly. Do you like the lack of a break, or do you almost wish you had maybe another week to kind of start mentally preparing for it?
Well, this indoors has been a struggle, to keep the COVID protocol. It's so 2 tests a week. We go to 1 test a week outside that we'll start doing on every Wednesday. We're outside where we can breathe a little bit and be in the open air. And I think we have some fans at some meets, and I'm really, really ready to get outside. And we go to Abilene Christian. They have a meet that they're having my name, and so I can't afford not to be there. But I'm anxious for a lot of these kids. We have so many kids, and these, I call them the COVID seniors, that have been waiting to compete. So I can't wait to get a lot of these guys going again. And so we'll let some of the Ruth probably won't do anything next week, and probably will open up at Texas Relays the week after. But we'll make sure she's good, or any of our kids that competed hard will. But I'm kind of ready for outdoors.
All
Think
good? Don? you
Yeah.
got anything?
I think I'm good with
Thank
Will.
you.
All right.
Thanks,
Ruth-
Will.
Ruth will, Ruth's out getting dinner, I think at Chipotle. So I just sent her a text. So she'll be hopping on with her phone, and she'll be on in a minute.
Internet champion.
How was your meet, Jeremy?
Well, I think I've been staring at a screen for 12 hours, 14 hours a day the last 3 days. So
It was a frustrating one for Jeremy. They wouldn't tell him how to cut any video.
no, they didn't. Nobody had any idea what the deal was with that. But some schools did it. There's a way to do it on QuickTime. You can screen record on it, and then you can change your audio settings to record like the internal audio. So I've done that before for soccer highlights, but I just didn't have time to today because I was taking all the photos and editing and putting out the graphics. So I just didn't have time to do that. But I might cut the video of her jump and put out the jump tomorrow. It was going on at the same time as the coach. What was that last event? What was the event that was going on with her when she was
Was it the
jumping the mile? I think. Yeah, because it was right before the 60. So they might have been showing the mile, but surely they got footage of the jump. So I'll go try to find it.
Definitely be on a replay.
Yeah. So I'll go find it and probably put that out at some point. But
Yeah, I was looking here. On the okay, I was going to ask you who the credit on the photos, and I just clicked on and I saw the.
so actually I'm gonna send you some higher quality ones. I exported those in a lower quality when I went back and checked. So I'll export them in higher quality, and I'll email you those files.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll do that after here. But anyway, we got Ruth on. And Ruth, are you all good? All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
All right. So Eric, if you want to start with the questions for national champion Ruth Usoro.
Ruth, quite the flair for the dramatic. What was it like to try to kind of adjust and come up with that jump at the end? Because Coach Kitley had talked to us about how you had kind of been struggling to figure out the runway and how to get your best jump out. What did you finally kind of figure out that allowed you to have that really, really good final jump to win it? And even the one before, I think, where you went into second place.
I was able to figure it out by God's help, because it was really a struggle, just like what Coach Kitley said. Coach Thomas was telling me to like push off, which I was doing, but the runway is pretty bouncy. So I was literally bouncing, and I didn't know why. But on the fifth jump, something just clicked. I didn't know what it was. It just clicked all of a sudden, and I could get the board. After hitting the board with my wrong leg and landing, and then foul, and then no jump, it just clicked. I didn't even know how, and all of a sudden I was like, "Where were you all this while? What happened? Where did you go to?" But yes, that was what happened in the fifth and then the sixth jump. I felt like I was okay, beginning to understand the runway, because yes, last night was my first night on the runway, and then today again was my second time on the runway. So I guess it had to take me like 10 jumps before figuring it out from yesterday and then today. So well, thank God I was able to figure it out at the end of the day.
And when did you realize you had won the event? Because Coach Kitley said at first you didn't know.
Okay, so I had no idea I'd won the event, because I knew that the other girl from Texas A&M, Debbie, she she jumped the same thing that I jumped, so it was a tie. And I'm not really, I took a class in this, but I still didn't understand how it works. So I just went to meet my coach, and then he said, "Oh, okay, great job, national champion." I'm like, "What do you mean? We had a tie. So who are they gonna give the championship to? I'm just gonna stay here, and whoever they want to give it to is fine. It's fine by me." And then he said, "You had the second best jumps." I said, "Okay, what does that mean?" He said, "That means that means you're national champion." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, really? Just like that?" So I began to cry, because it didn't really matter to me who won it or not. I just wanted everyone to be at their best. And I was just happy that I was able to find the board. I mean, the board wasn't missing, but Ruth was looking for the board. So, so yeah, I was able to find the board at the end of the day.
So did they explain to you now? Now you understand it's because your next best jump was better than Deborah's next best jump. You're 40. You're 46.7, basic. I guess 46.7. That was your second best jump, right? Yeah. So that was tiebreaker.
Yeah, so I understand it now, and I hopefully it sticks to my head, and I don't ask again. But if I ask again, it's still okay.
So once you finally knew that you won, what was the celebration like?
So when I knew that I won, I was already by my coach. So I just started breaking down. I just started crying, because first of all, I didn't even know how to act. I didn't know. It was just a shock, because first of all, I didn't even know that I had won. So coming out of the long jump arena and going to meet my coach was when everything just dawned on me that, oh wow, I really won. So I just started crying. I had no idea that I won. All I knew was we had a tie, and obviously maybe because she jumped it first, she's gonna take it, but it wasn't that way. So it was I just started crying.
Last night you and Monet finishing 5th and 6th in the long jump. What were you thinking coming out of the competition?
I'm coming out of the long jump yesterday.
Long jump competition. Yeah. Kind of going through.
What was going through my mind was just different thoughts, what people might have been thinking, but I know that's not the way to think. But honestly, that was what was also coming to me, and what I did wrong, which I couldn't figure out, which was the wrong way, and me trying to get used to everything. But I was really kind to myself, and I just told myself, it's okay. You lose some, you win some, and this would just make me more humble, and to know that, okay, you don't get to get everything. People are also working so hard to get what each person wants to get. So most times you win some and you lose some, but do not feel bad about it, because you have triple jump the next day. So just get your mind right again, get healthy, recover as fast as you can, sleep, eat, and get back on that track and do what you know how to do. Just play my part, and then let God just do his work, which he did.
Yeah. Tara Davis from Texas. When you beat her here in the Big 12 with that dramatic jump, she gave you a hug, we're doing And last night she sets the collegiate record in the long jump. Did you give her a big hug?
Yes, I did. I gave her a big hug. I mean, everyone was also, coming to give her a hug at the moment. So yeah, I gave her a big hug as soon as she jumped that far. And after the meet too, I gave her a big hug because I'm so happy for her, being that she struggled with, injury and then trying to come back again. Because I saw her at Big 12 last year and I heard she's a very great jumper. So seeing that, even from Big 12 and up till now, she's super talented. And I'm just so happy for her that she was able to, get herself back and go back on that track and be the star that she has always been. I'm really super happy for her.
Y'all have quite a competition and quite a flair for the dramatic. How much fun is it to compete with those other girls, and how much are they helping you? How much are you helping each other improve and bring out your best?
You mean both triple and long jump?
Yeah, triple and long jump. I mean, with all the great performances that y'all have had this season.
It's a blessing jumping with big jumpers in the country, because they'll push you forward, they'll push you to become better. Once you see what they've jumped, you also aim for higher. And if you were aiming for something lower than that, you have to top up your game and aim higher than what you're aiming. So they just push you to do better. And seeing that everyone out there encourages one another, that just shows that this is just more than a game. This is also love. Everyone wants to see each person succeed, and everyone wants to see each person's success. And that shows sportsmanship, which is very crucial in sports. So jumping with them just makes me know that, okay, Ruth, you're jumping with elite athletes right now, even if we all push each other to become better. And I'm so happy that happened in the NCAA championship indoor this year. And I'm blessed to be part of it.
What did your family in Nigeria have a way of watching you or monitoring your performance, your competition tonight?
No, because they don't have the ESPN subscription, and they said it's ESPN 3, so we don't have a smart TV, and either there is no light or things like that. So most times they're not privileged to watch me. I just send them maybe recordings, and then I send them my interviews, because by the time I'm jumping, they're already asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure if they have all of that, maybe the TV and all things like that, ESPN 3, I'm sure they would have stayed up to watch. But it's still okay, and we're going to get this soon. But I'm just happy to represent God first, and then my family here.
How many immediate family members do you have back home, brothers and sisters?
I'm the youngest out of 6 kids, and then my mom and my dad.
How many brothers and how many sisters?
I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
And you're the baby?
Yes, sir.
Ruth, sometimes I guess, in certain areas, it could be seen doing multiple events would maybe tire someone out or add extra exhaustion to them. But do you think in this instance, because of the unknowingness of the course you were on and not having seen it before, that the fact that you were in both the long jump and triple jump benefited you and pretty much allowed you to win? Being in the long jump really helped you win the triple jump, because you were able to, like you mentioned, you were able to get those 5 extra looks at the runway.
I won't really say being in the long jump helped me in the triple jump, because I was obviously exhausted from last night. I was super tired, and I was just praying to God for strength, because that's where my strength comes from. So I wouldn't really say being the long jump helps in the triple, because they're both different events and they have different technique. Although you have to take off and use power and speed, but they have super different technique. But I would say since I jumped yesterday and I felt the runway, so doing the triple today helped me understand what the runway feels like and what I'm supposed to do. But long jump does not really doesn't I won't really say long jump helps the triple. I would just say it's sprinting that really helps jumps because we need speed and get most of our speed from sprinting, doing accelerations. Coach Thomas usually makes us do that a lot, which is good. So yeah.
How much celebrating do you get in before your mind goes right to outdoor season?
What did you say? Sorry.
Sorry. How much celebration do you allow yourself to do about this title before your mind goes right to outdoor?
So honestly, I don't know because right now I'm still in shock and I don't even know how to celebrate. I'm the only one in my room, so I'm just thanking God and just worshiping. That's all I'm doing right now. I mean, that's my way of celebrating. So yeah, I just hope I recover from the shock before outdoors. Well, hopefully I will.
You all good?
Yeah, I think that's all I got. Don, you good?
I think I'm good.
All right. Appreciate your time, Ruth. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Don. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. And thank you so much, Mr. Jerry.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ruth.
you.
Bye. Good night.
Don and Eric, we'll see y'all when outdoor rolls around.
All righty. Have a good trip.
Sunshine on the face. Can't wait.
Sunburn on the face. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Baseball win.
I'll see y'all later.
This is high.